Hey everyone, today's video is about when he catches you during your attempt. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. The wind howled outside the dormitory, rattling the windows with every gust of air. Inside, the building was silent. Everyone else having turned in for the night, but sleep was the last thing on your mind. You stood at the edge of the rooftop, staring down at the dimly lit campus below. The world felt like a blur, and the constant ache in your chest was too much to bear. It had been building up for weeks, the pressure, the overwhelming sense of not being enough. You tried to keep it all inside, but tonight, everything just came crashing down. You felt like you were drowning, and there was no one who could save you. You took a shaky breath as you looked down at the ground, far below. One step, you told yourself. Just one step and it would all be over. The pain, the loneliness, the feeling that you were nothing but a burden, it would all end. You closed your eyes, the cold night air biting at your skin, tears sliding down your cheeks. You whispered a goodbye, your voice breaking. But before you could take that final step, a strong hand grabbed your arm, pulling you back from the edge. What the freaking hell do you think you're doing? Your eyes snapped back, and you found yourself staring into the furious, terrified eyes of Katsuki Bakugo. He yanked you away from the ledge, his grip on your arm almost as painful as when he dragged you away. Katsuki, you tried to say, your voice trembling, but he cut you off. Shut up, he snarled, his voice shaking with anger and something else, fear. He pulled you into his chest, wrapping his arms around you so tightly it felt like he was trying to keep you from disappearing. Don't you dare say anything right now. Not a word. You couldn't hold back the sobs that broke free as you clung to him, your fingers digging into his shirt. The overwhelming wave of emotions that had driven you to the rooftop crashed over you again. But this time, you weren't alone. Bakugo held you as you cried, his grip never loosening. His heart was pounding against your ear, and you could feel him shaking. He didn't say anything for a long time, just held you as if you were the most precious thing in the world. Maybe you were to him after all. And after what felt like an eternity, he pulled back just enough to look you in the eye, his expression fierce. What were you thinking? He demanded, his voice rough with emotion. Do you have any idea what would have happened if I hadn't found you? If I hadn't? He cut himself off, swallowing hard, his eyes glistening. I'm sorry, you whispered, your voice barely audible. Sorry, he echoed, his voice rising in anger again. Sorry isn't enough, damn it. You can't just... He stopped himself, his jaw clenching as he struggled to find the right words. Why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you tell me how bad it was for you? You looked away, unable to meet his gaze. I didn't want to burden you, Katsuki. You've got so much on your plate already. I don't want to be another problem that you had to deal with. Bakugo's eyes blazed with anger, but there was something else there too. Hurt. You think I'd ever see you as a burden? He asked, his voice low and intense. You're everything to me, you idiot. Everything but a burden. And I can handle anything, except losing you. Tears welled up in your eyes again, but this time they weren't from despair. You could see the fear in his eyes, the raw emotion that he was barely holding back. Katsuki, No, he interrupted, shaking his head. You listen to me. You're not alone, okay? Whatever it is, whatever you're going through, you don't have to face it by yourself. I'm here, and I'll always be here. But you have to promise me you won't ever try something like this again. His grip on you tightened as if he was afraid it'd slip away if you let go. Promise me, he repeated, his voice breaking. You nodded, your throat too tight to speak, but he needed more than that. Say it, he insisted, his eyes boring into yours. I need to hear you say it. I promise. You whisper, your voice trembling. I won't try to leave you again. Bakugo let out a shaky breath, his eyes closing as he pulled you back into his arms. He held you like that for a very long time, neither of you saying anything, just clinging to each other as the weight of the moment settled in. Eventually, he pulled back just enough to cup your face in his hands, his thumbs brushing away your tears. We're getting you help, he said firmly. And I'm gonna be there with you every step of the way. Understand? You nodded, feeling a sense of relief wash over you, despite the lingering pain. He wasn't letting you go. He was holding on, and that meant more to you than you could put into words. Let's go inside, he said softly, his voice more gentle now. He helped you to your feet, keeping an arm around your waist, as you both made your way back inside the dorm. As you reached his room, he pulled you close again, resting his forehead against yours. I love you. You know that, he whispered, his voice raw with emotion. I can't lose you. Not now. And not ever. I love you too, you whispered back, your heart aching with a mix of sorrow and gratitude. I'm sorry, Katsuki. I'm so sorry. We'll get through this, he promised, his voice strong and unwavering. Together, Lion. And for the first time in a very long time, you felt like you were able to believe someone, especially because it was Bakugo. He pulled you into his arms, holding you close as if trying to shield you from the world. You buried your face in his chest, feeling the steady rhythm of his heartbeat against your cheek. It was comforting, grounding you in the moment, and reminding you that you weren't alone. We're gonna figure this out, Bakugo said, his voice determined. I don't care how long it takes, or what we have to do. You're not going through this alone. You've got me, and I'm not letting you go. You nodded, your heart swelling with gratitude and love. I'll try. I'll try to get better. For you. Bakugo pulled back slightly. We'll take it one day at a time, but we'll get there. Yeah, we will. And as he helped you get comfortable on the bed, you felt a sense of peace. He knew that it wouldn't be easy to get better, but there would be hard days. But with Bakugo by your side, you felt like you could find your way back to the light. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye!